and welcome to Add More Zest. And my name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. Happy 7th of December, everybody. That's a week. That's a week done already. And it's only sort of 3.5. Time is flying. Flying, but not. I am enjoying every single day of this Advent. So I'm working today. So I was just checking I've got the name right for the pen. So this pen was gifted to me by Anika. So I'm using this pen, and today's tray is from June of 2022. It's a large tray again. I'm working my way through one of my storage for them. So I'm working through the large ones, then I've got a few small ones. But yeah, let's get some candles a-burning. Candles burning for Christmas. I was wondering if the glue dot in this one was going to work, because it doesn't feel tacky when I touch it. But glue dots can be deceiving like that. Quite often they don't feel as though they're going to pick up the diamonds, but they do. And this one is one of those. So let's zoom you guys in and then scoot my way up a little bit. I've got a white trashy today. In fact, it's still got diamonds in from the other day. I just have a couple of trashies sat on the side, and then I have my pink one with my diamond painting I'm currently doing, and just keep cycling them out. But yeah, we have some candles are burning today with some ABs around the candle, and we have 2 rows of grey. It's a good way, these corner ones are really good at showing the shading on each box. I think we saw a bit of the shading more so on yesterday's, on number 6, but you'll really see what the shading looks like on number 7, because we have the bottom and the right side, and it's when you've got those 2 sides that the shading really shows up. So comments, questions, discussions. So Nancy, she said she too found a few rogue squares in her 310s. She said she's enjoying the Advent painting. She says she does wish that she had taken the time to use release papers, so the cover papers. She said she's not loving the original idea of blocking it off each day with cover paper and pulling back the plastic. She said she may fix that for the rest of the calendar tomorrow. She did say that she kept up with me a little bit better today, but she did stop the video whenever she had any interruptions. So that I was talking the whole time she was placing diamonds. She said, so she didn't really keep up. She said she's impressed and she'll see us tomorrow. There's quite a few comments actually coming up, because they do come through via email. I do see many of them before I read them out loud. Not all of them come through on email though. I don't know if it just depends how many are left at the same time as to whether they all show up or not. So I still get the odd few surprises in there, but there are quite a few people that are now on whether they can complete the painting or their section in the same time frame, and I'm liking the way some people are making it work. I think you should keep the ideas coming. Anna said she was only able to get the 12-day calendar box, so she's not touching it, she said, until December the 13th. She couldn't find any calendar elsewhere, she said, that related to diamond painting. or any of her other hobbies. So since she loves licorice, she found a 24-day advent calendar of gourmet licorices. Ooh, she said she couldn't resist ordering. She says, so far so good. I too love licorice. Yeah, licorice, aniseed balls. Used to be able to get them. Probably still can if I wanted for them. Love all that sort of stuff. But then again, I like Marmite as well, so I'm also one of those people that likes Marmite. I do have an advent calendar, by the way. I know that there is comments on the fact that I've not been opening an advent calendar, but I do have one. I have one with a jelly bean per day. It is it's a bit like it's a puzzle calendar. So I have to solve the riddle when I open the days and turn the little dials to be the right date, the right word for the puzzle, which tells me which present box to open the next day. So it's sort of like a little mini puzzle. So I do have that to do, and the kids do have their chocolate advents that they love. Sheila, she said she didn't get an advent calendar in time this year, so she's been using a Christmas themed diamond painting instead. She said she's still enjoying doing it anyway for Advent. She said she has a question for me. She said she is new to YouTube and her channel is just a small one starting out. She says, but she finds that it takes a long time to edit and still more time to upload to YouTube. She said, is that normal for most channels? Are there easier and faster ways to speed this up a little? She said, your help is appreciated. Not hugely. Editing, I tend to keep mistakes and all the rest of it in. So editing wise, while it does still take a time, because I show everything in effect that I film, especially with the likes of a whip and chat, if I make a mistake, it will stay there. I don't have to do much cutting things out. I have a template which gives me my intro and my exit in effect. So my intro and my outro, I do have a template so that I am able to just drop in what I have actually filmed and just edit that section of the video. But no, there isn't a huge amount that you can do to speed things up. Over time, you do get faster. I used to listen back to every part of my video, listen to it all through and make sure things were right, and there wasn't much of a gap if I finished before I actually turned the camera off. But over time I've got quicker in the fact of knowing how soon to turn the camera off, which means I don't have to edit that section out. And things like that have shaved a little bit of time off. But no, it does take time. Uploading to YouTube takes a lot of time. In fact, I have a video uploading to YouTube as I'm filming this one. It is currently on the computer uploading. I often, when I am doing a normal schedule and not the whip and chats, I often upload in bulk and I'll just tell it to upload and I will just go do something else. And then I will sort out the actual descriptions on YouTube and all the rest of it afterwards. But no, that can take as much time as the video, the other part of it. So you sort of have to just double the time it takes. It takes a while. It takes a long while. It's not for the faint-hearted, and it is not something that you know, is quick and all of a sudden, woohoo, you've got a fully bursting channel. It takes time. It takes a lot of time to build things up, which, you know, you guys having hit the subscribe button, hitting the like button really, really helps. So I appreciate that. Every one of you, just check that you are subscribed. Do hit like. That helps a channel to grow. And helps us to keep doing content and taking our time, which in effect is giving you something for free. In effect, that is what you're getting. You're getting to watch these videos with no cost to yourself, bar, you know, your internet connection that more than likely you would have anyway. And yeah, just slow and steady wins the race. You'll find your own little things that you can do just to shave off a minute or two that will help to bring it under control. Doing things in bulk often helps. So I often say, when it's not whip and chat time, I always find whip and chats when I am doing the weekly or the daily whip and chats. They do seem to take me more time to edit and stuff, because I'm not filming them all at once, and they're longer videos. So by editing them each day and uploading them each day, it does definitely take longer. So it's a good job. It's a good job I enjoy these whip and chats. Right, we get 3 10s. We'll see how many squares, extra little rogue squares we can find in this one. Found a couple to start off with. Not too many though. Just little ones to throw a curveball. This glue dot is actually feeling a little bit less sticky, so I may have to change out this glue dot or take it out and readjust it. We'll see how we go. We'll see if it keeps dropping diamonds. Just a couple more squares. Oh yeah, it's getting to the point when I have to keep tapping quite a few, but sometimes I'm like, it is just easier to take this glue dot out and put another one in. Oh, in fact, it's wax. It's actually wax in this one. That's probably why. Maybe I hadn't changed this one because I can't change the full tip of it. So that's probably why I hadn't tried a glue dot. But I'm going to try one anyway. Glue dots don't always like to stay in if the pen tip has had wax in previously. But we will give it a go. This pen tip is a bit shallower as well than a normal one, so my glue dot is sticking out. So I am going to trim it. Where's my really sharp scissors? There they are. These Fiskars scissors I use for scrapbooking, but they can get really close to the tip to chop off any excess. Let's go to a glue dot. Let's see how this works. So I'm just tapping it down with my finger. You'll probably find now this is probably going to be major sticky. So I do keep tapping it on my face to prime it a little bit. Seems to be the oiliest part of or piece of skin that I have. It's the easiest one to just dampen down that stickiness. Oh, there we go. That's better. Billy, she says, happy Saturday. She said she had to rush home from work and paint the edges of her son's birthday diamond painting. She said it still needs to be sealed since she is using a magnetic hanger. She said he wasn't supposed to be home until next weekend. So you had a week to do it, and he's arrived home early. So she said she didn't get to start on door number 3 until 7:30 p.m. She says she's loving all the items in her 12-day advent calendar. She says have a great weekend decorating the tree and doing laundry. I very nearly could have said that I had completed all the washing. It was very close. I did get to the bottom of the washing basket upstairs, which was awesome. I then still had probably 1 load of whites and half a load in our room. Once the washing had dried, I got the white load on, and by then, of course, I'd got another full load in our room and more washing upstairs. However, youngest said she was coming home from uni with 2 loads of washing. In fact, nearer 3 loads of washing she had. So I had to hold off on completely filling the maidens with the washing from this house so that she would be able to get hers on, get it dry to take back to uni. So she did 1 or 2 wash loads that she took back with her and left a wash load here with me. Isn't she nice? Because she'll be back for Christmas break soon enough. So she figured she may as well leave stuff here that she's going to want over Christmas. So I didn't quite find the bottom of both baskets due to an extra 3, probably actually nearer 4 loads of washing from the youngest. But I'm very close. I've been keeping on top of it again today. All her washing has now been done and is very nearly dry. And I think I only have 1. I think I'm back to just like 1 or 1.5 loads of washing that need doing. So I will probably find the bottom of the washing baskets, go to Australia, come back with my suitcase full, and probably take a month to get back to normal again. But you know, we'll try. Hubby will do washing while I'm away, so at least that's something. At least I'm not coming back to loads. And I'll have 1 less child in the house, so we'll have 2 children. And us 2 adults. I say children. We'll have 4 of us that I need to do the washing for when I come back, instead of 5 or 6. So I'm sure my youngest will still bring washing home from uni on a regular basis. It's cheaper than using the laundrette, that's why. Cheaper than using the laundrette, and she can just leave it in my room to dry rather than in her room at uni. And she gets a lift from uni when she's got washing. Alan Rue, she says, happy 3rd of December. She said she's doing Zesty Wolf for Advent this year. I knew there was somebody who was doing Zesty Wolf. Yeah, she's doing Zesty Wolf. She said she was able to get the Advent painting, but it has gone into her stash for next year. She said, thank you for all that you do. Love it. So I knew there was somebody doing Zesty Wolf. It was nice to see it pop up. I thoroughly enjoyed doing Zesty Wolf last year. And I'm thoroughly enjoying doing this one this year. But yeah, it's definitely nice to see Zesty Wolf back again in one form or other. Found a couple more squares, but this glue dot is really sticky now. Roz, she says, don't move house in December. She said, so much for doing the advent calendar and decompressing. She says she's not even managed to kit up yet. She says, but she is determined. I think don't move house any time of year. I would dread to move house from this one. just the amount of stuff. But yeah, I can imagine doing it in December. You have a busy month ahead of you, that is for sure. Busy times, but fun times. Kaylia, she says, the snowman scarf is the same colours as Hufflepuff House. She said from Harry Potter, which is awesome. She says, happy 3rd of December. I think my youngest is Hufflepuff House. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they're all indifferent. I just can never remember which. Beverly says she's loving the Advent. She said she thought she was a fairly fast placer. She says she's doing rounds, but each day she says you finish before me. She said she may start multi-placing to be able to keep up. I'm not even intentionally doing it fast. I think it is just the amount of time I've been diamond painting. I just dot. I always keep my tray quite close as well to where I'm doing. The less time you have between diamond out of tray and onto canvas can definitely help the process be quicker. Though, say, I am working with a fresh glue dot at the moment, so every now and then it likes to make me place them down a few times until they stick. Test the patience. Diamond's Sparkle Chase, she says she hopes Luna is being good with the tree now. She says have an awesome day. She's being better. She still tests it every now and then. She'll go over for a sniff and see if she can actually taste it, but so far she's been good. We haven't tested the presents under the tree yet though. I don't think I'm quite ready for that one. I think I just need to find somewhere else to store them when they're wrapped. And put them under the tree Christmas Eve. Joan, she says, thank you for a wonderful kit. For this wonderful kit, she said, Rebecca and Diamond Art Studio. She says she feels like she's doing a different kit each day because we get a different image. She says she is enjoying it so much. She wished that she covered hers with cover paper as well. She said, but she did decide to bring it with her while travelling. And she'll be on the road on the 16th, 21st and 23rd. She says, so it might get messed up if she uses cover paper. Yeah, it is harder to travel with one with cover paper on, even a large one. So I did roll up I Choose You, which has got a couple of rolls of cover paper on, and it didn't like being rolled where the cover paper was, which is partly why I only do 2 rows. So if I do need to roll it up, like, I can do it. I just have to make sure that I tuck the cover papers into the rest of the canvas so that they don't all fall off. But yeah, it's not as easy to transport things with cover paper. And I don't know what it is about a 40 by 40 compared to a 30 by 40. But it feels so much bigger. I think it's because you've not got that short edge. And it always feels, it does feel harder to move about. I know when I took a painting to Cornwall, I didn't bother with cover paper because I knew that it just wouldn't travel as well with cover paper on. They just don't travel the same, which is why they're shipped with clear paper on, because it travels so much better. Alice says, will you be selling the stick mat? She said, with your trash tray. We will be selling a different type of stick mat, hopefully. We are waiting for our sample. Well, we have ordered some and hopefully they're going to work and don't need to go back. But we have ordered some that are smaller. So people still can choose to add a magnet on the back if they wish. However, the laws and guidelines in the UK around magnets, how they're secured and all the extra stuff that you have to advise people of, because of the risk of a child swallowing 2 magnets, and because cover minders tend to come with 2 magnets. The rules and regulations, while we could do it, there is quite a lot of warnings we would have to make sure that we included. So we decided to go down the sticky mat route, which is a lot easier, and it doesn't mean that people can't stick their own magnet on the back. People have still got, you know, scope to turn a trashy tray into a cover minder. But what I have found, while I do use the sticky mats for mine, the sticky mats that you can get hold of that will actually hold your tray as well, so it's big enough to hold your tray. I did want to find something that was smaller, and I think we have. I'm just waiting for the first wave of stock to arrive, and hopefully it is the right size and will work for what we expect, and provided it does, they will be on sale with the trashies in January. And they'll be a lot easier to move about then as well. I think they won't take up quite as much space, and you can use your bigger grip mats to hold your tray. Or if you have grip mats already, you can use those. So yes and no. Yes, we will sell stick mats, but they will be slightly different. They will be more for the trashy than they will be for a tray. Alice also said, she totally wishes that she got this diamond painting. She says, but unfortunately, with saving for her pooch and 3 kids to buy for, she just couldn't justify it. She said, but that's okay. She said she is lucky enough to have a stash of diamond paintings, and she got a mystery painting from Diamond Art Club for Christmas. Well, I think I mentioned it in yesterday's video. We may at some point re-release some of these. Not as many, of course, for those that weren't able to get one that may want to. We may do a small extra little wave of them. We'll see how things go. I can't say yes for definite. I also won't say no for definite. Julie says that the advent calendar is beautiful. Thank you, Julie. She also said that she didn't know I had my own diamond painting business. Oh, I don't know how that was missed if you watch my videos regularly, Julie. Maybe I don't shout about it enough. But yes, we do. We are a diamond painting company as well as YouTube. YouTube came first. Diamond painting company came off the back of that. Mainly due to, you know, your guys' requests initially with the stickers for the spare storage and the organisation and the cardstock that we do, to make your own spare storage the same way I created, what must be 4 or 5 years ago now, the spare storage system using photo boxes is what we started with. My husband, with direction from me in relation to the shape I wanted, created these awesome 3D printed trays which have gone absolutely crazy. And now, yeah, Add More Zest is accessories and organisation for your diamond painting and potentially other hobbies. We do a few things like to-do lists and planners and things as well. Very much organisation and diamond painting accessories, organisation in general. All the things that we love. And yeah, we have pens, diamond painting pens, say trays, storage, pouches, our logbook. Our logbook took quite a bit of, me and Megan put quite a bit of time into the logbook to get that, you know, including everything that could possibly be needed / wanted. And yeah, absolutely love our logbook design. Not only is it practical, it's also pretty. So yeah, check out addmorezest.com if you want to see some different, unique and other diamond painting accessories to help you with your journey. There are a lot of companies that do diamond painting kits, and some of those sell accessories as well. We specialise in accessories and organisation, and occasionally we sell a diamond painting. Normally, just for the December Advent, we offer a diamond painting, so you can do the same one that I am. And it's unique to us. So all the better. Cat Lady, she says she is back home. She says she's opened 2 more of her Advent packets today. So she said she'll wait till tomorrow now and do them daily. So she's doing squares 3 and 4 today. She said so tea might be late. But she's loving these little small squares. Yeah, it definitely stops you wandering as much if you have kept the clear cover paper. Like, you can still wander, but because the image is an image in its own right, I feel like the temptation to wander is not as high, because you are just doing this small little square. Just the bit you need to do. Kay, she said she's gutted that she was too slow, she said, to get this diamond painting advent calendar. She said it looks so beautiful and lots of fun to do. She said hopefully she'll be ready for next year. She said, do you do one every year? She said, sorry if you've mentioned this before. She said, but she's newish to my channel. I do the December Advent every year on the basis of the event. So they're doing a section of a diamond painting a day. The first 2 years that I did the diamond painting Advent, I did paintings from my own stash. Last year we were fortunate enough to partner up with Diamond Art Studio UK, and we released a diamond painting especially for the Advent, which was Zesty Wolf. If you have a look on my playlist, you'll be able to see Zesty Wolf and in his completed glory as well. And this year we have been fortunate enough to work with Diamond Art Studio UK again, to produce this Advent, which is exclusive to us. So it is both of us together, Diamond Art Studio and Add More Zest. They create it. We provide the image. They do their magic and make it into an amazing diamond painting. And they work with us. You know, we go back and two until we get it right. And they sell the diamond painting to us in bulk, and we sell it. We provide the diamond painting. So yeah, the original image of this Advent was actually all in order. 1 to 25. So part of the process was that we got the image all mixed up, because I think it's more fun that way when they all appear in different places. But yeah, quite at the minute we seem to be doing it each year. I have got ideas for next year, whether it will be an advent calendar. Again, I do have ideas for something different, different to an advent calendar, but let me know your thoughts as well. Do you all want another advent calendar but a different theme, or do you want something different? Because the idea that I have may or may not be able to be put into action. It's a little bit more complicated, because I like to be complicated, than a standard advent. So do let me know if you like the advent calendar idea in, of course, a different colourway, because maybe I can keep that as a backup plan if my first plan doesn't work. Say, it may or may not work. I'm trying, but there's no guarantee. Melissa, she says, oh dear, she says, love, love, love. She says she's still not got her advent diamond painting out. She says, but she does have a good reason. She currently only has one storage for diamonds, she says, and that is currently in use. She says, not long to wait. All her belongings were being delivered to her new house on Monday the 5th. She says, and then she will be reunited with all her crafty stuff. She says she's opened day 1 and day 2 of the 12-day Advent. She says she really liked day 1. She says, and this morning when she opened day 2, she said she nearly cried as it was amazing. She says she had expectations, she said, of what sort of thing to expect. She says, but you have smashed it on day 2. She was thinking Christmas cracker gift, but diamond painting related. So I'm glad we've exceeded your expectations on that one. I think that's the biggest feedback that we are, that we're always worried as to whether it will affect feedback and whether people will be happy with the Advent, is what the expectation is. There are a lot of Advent calendars in shops, the commercial ones that can tell you exactly what you get in the box. And I get why they do. There's probably some reason the big shop ones have to. But I also think that can spoil the surprise if we listed everything that you got. So yeah, your feedback is important to us. What things you love, what things you expect, what things you maybe would have liked to have seen. But we've always made sure that value for money was the biggest thing we were aiming for. We want you to feel as though you've got your money's worth, basically. It's the main. Right, trying to find, there we go. 729. Trying to find the next colour that I needed. There's a few different colours in this one. Liz, she says, thanks for this, Rebecca. She said it has given me a welcome break. She said from doing all the pre-Christmas prep that she has been doing today. She says the tree is finished. Woo! Candles are unpacked and put out in the conservatory, and she says she's going to start on wrapping presents. She said plan is to write cards tonight, she said, so that they can be posted tomorrow. She said her hubby isn't a great lover of Christmas, So she does most of it herself. But she's put him in charge of cooking tea. She says, first year we have had Christmas pyjamas this year, she said, and they match. Love it. They don't always have to match. I think if you start, not necessarily start with them matching, but say to yourself that they need to match each year. If you're ever late one year in getting your order in or buying your Christmas PJs, trying to find matching can bite you. Especially when, like us, you're a family of 6, now 7 with Luna. It will bite you trying to get the right sizes in a matching set. So we tend to... Okay, sorry about that. I have one battery. Well, I have a few batteries, but I have one that tends to last the length of a Whip and Chat, or at least this Advent Whip and Chat. And then I have the other few batteries I have don't last the full length in one charge. With one charge, obviously I picked up the wrong battery. But they do look the same, in my defence. Yeah, sorry. So as long as you don't say in your head they have to match every year and are happy with coordinated, then yeah, some years they're matching ours, some years they're not. It really depends. Quite often I actually tend to buy the boys shorts and a t-shirt rather than a full pyjama set. Because then at least they'll wear it again. Otherwise, they wear it for Christmas Eve photos and then probably don't wear them again. Jackie, she says she's tried all 3 colours of blue tack, blue, white and pink. She said the blue was okay. She says the pink was awful because it was far too soft. However, she said she did find the white version the best. Plus, it's easier to see, she said, if there were any tiny bits behind. She got the pink and white versions from Amazon. So there you go. White tack. Jackie's done the test on them all. So if you don't have any of them already in the house, just to save you buying, and you need to buy some anyway, then try white tack for bobbing in your pen. Jessica said she is really enjoying doing the Advents. So glad. And Anne says that it's such fun. Love it. Love all your feedback. And that you're enjoying it. I've just got one diamond stuck then. Being a little toad. Right, I'm going to do the anchor. See, I'm changing up which order I'm doing. I'm not going across now. I've sort of gone across in this candle and now I'm going up in this candle. Because I want to finish off this yellow stripe. Is partly why. Little yellow stripes. Mimi Games says they love my videos and they watch them while doing their painting. They're currently doing a swan painting and they love it, thank you. Oh, I'm glad I could keep you company while you are diamond painting for the day. It's like we're all doing it together. That's why I love reading the comments and things on the Whip and Chat. It's like having a chitty chat. A chitty chat with my friends about diamond painting. Could be better. Jackie says she loves the Santa story from Laurie. She says that was wonderful. That Santa story so made me laugh. Absolutely love it. I think somebody did mention, there is a comment later on, I'm not sure if I'll get to it on this video or not, but somebody did mention that they tried to look for the comment and couldn't find it. The comment is on day 1 of December Advent. So that should, there is a few comments there, but that should help you to find it day 1. Peaches and Diamonds, she says she's not sure which Advent pin post she saw it on. She says, but she really hopes that the keychains will be put into shop stock next year, as she would love to get some for a group of friends that diamond paint and for herself. She says love, love, love. That one, it's not a no. It's not an instant yes on that one. Only because I'm not sure if the cost of those, like what they would have to be sold for, it's a more expensive item than maybe people would think it is. So I'm not sure how popular they would or wouldn't be. We may have a few left. They weren't in every Advent. They were a lot of work in the background as well, those ones. We may have a few in our January clearance, so do keep an eye out for those. It's not a never, it's just, it's not an immediate plan. But we never say never, because if the request is high enough, then we may end up doing it anyway. But we have a few other ideas first up. Jackie, she said, after you talking about Christmas jammies, she said she's just gone online and bought herself some. Love it. So you can get any set that you can pick yours up whenever, Jackie. You're not trying to find the same size for 6 people. Well, the individual sizes available for 6 people. But yeah, I think everybody should have a pair of Christmas jammies. Just as a treat for yourself. They don't even have to be full-blown Christmas. They can just be Christmas colours. Or they can just be a new pair of PJs that you don't wear until Christmas Eve. Whatever suits, but I love my Christmas jammies. In fact, I think the other day, I just wasn't up for a day of being what I call fully dressed. And I tend to wear shorter PJs for bed primarily because I do get rather warm. So I decided to put on a pair of a previous year's Christmas jammies, which weren't full on Christmas. You know, they don't have the big Merry Christmas all over them or anything like that, so I could get away with it. And I just wore PJs all day because I could. And some days you just need to do that. It's just the way life goes sometimes. Elsie says Advent is the best time of year. She says today she is making cards for her family and friends. She says while I'm on her screen. She says love to see you doing your Advent calendar. Well, I'm happy to be keeping you company. I have a few off the canvas items that I think I've mentioned before, but when I mentioned them last time, that's when I remembered my Christmas cross stitch. So I was determined to finish that before moving on to anything else. But I do need to get my off the canvas out so I can have my little Christmas coasters and things out and about. Let's get on the elf hat on there as well. I think Megan wants to wear that in school. All Things Crafty by Kaz. She says she's currently at her mum's and they've just started doing her Christmas edition mini paint gem paintings. She says to work along alongside her Advent to work on at the same time. She says whilst her mum, sister and husband are watching the England Senegal game. She says she doesn't do football. I don't do football either. Hubby watches it occasionally. It's not a sort of every weekend day or anything like that. He does watch it occasionally, at which point I often just put my audiobook on and diamond paint my life away. Right, day 7 is done. Woohoo! Love it. They look so much better. This was one that was edited a few times, but they look absolutely gorgeous when completed, and I love the shading down the sides of the candles. They are slightly different on the square, not much, but there is, I say, the rendering makes a slight little difference on the square. But day 7 is done. Oh, we're going right back up the top for day 8. Oh, it's the trees. I'm just noticing it is a black background again on this one up here, but we have some trees in that one. Oh, so excited. So excited. So yeah, going up to day 8 tomorrow. Oh, this is what I mean about the shading of the boxes. Let me just zoom you in again a little bit, see if you can see, because this is the day that really shows it off. But this is the reason we have the 2 greys. So this is the shading around the Advent box, which is the black. And then we have the shading, and then we have the border. And you can really see it come to life on this one. You can see it a bit on this one. But of course you don't have the other line of grey. But it will become more and more apparent the more that we do. But it's all those little things that just make a painting come to life. Anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and go and get some of the jobs I need to get done for today done. But thank you all so much for joining me as always. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. That just helps keep this channel going. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.